Come here. Michelle Jackson came in here a few weeks ago. Was it last week, the week before? And she was telling us all about beautiful Mayo. We had beautiful footage from all around the county.
Sold it well.
She's back now.
She's back.
With a few alternative city routes, though.
But still Irish connections to it.
Irish connections.
And that's the way we're going. That's
today.
the most important thing. Michelle, tell us everything. Where are we starting off?
Great tonight. Well, we have 3 great cities to talk about today. And we're going to start off with New Jersey, because we've had a flight for a long time with Aer Lingus to Newark. And then we have United Airlines fly from Shannon to Newark. But if you want to explore New Jersey, you know, you can fly to Philadelphia as well. Liberty State Park is probably the best place to start. It's spectacular. You're right beside the Statue of Liberty. There's art museums. There's a fantastic science centre. An awful lot to do in there. And you know, great place to bring kids. You've got the New Jersey State Fair in East Rutherford up in the north.
There's good fun down there.
Great fun. You've had good times there.
I've had better fun here.
Here in Atlantic, I'd say you have. Atlantic City, of course, is the most famous, longest, oldest boardwalk in the world. And you've got that fantastic steel pier with all the really old-fashioned amusements. It's a bit like Santa Monica, you know, but you don't have to go so far. You've got great dining, shopping and shows. And, you know, the shopping is really interesting. You'd know this, Danny.
Yeah, certainly would.
It's tax-free. So when you pick up a garment and it says a price, when you go up to the till, that's the price you pay.
They don't put on their extras.
It's not going to be the extra, you know, 6-8%, whatever, in the other states.
Yeah, and the thing, if you stay in New Jersey as well, it's a lot cheaper to stay in New Jersey if you want to go into New York as well.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good bit cheaper.
I imagine you can still pop in and out to Manhattan.
So
you can still tick that box.
You certainly can. Like, you're only 20 minutes, half an hour. You're only an hour from Newark into New York.
Absolutely. It's such a great connection. And, you know, you can...
And they do great sweets.
They do.
I mean, we can't not talk about the candy. He came home with something today.
The last time I went over, I brought home a load of candy to everyone here, so...
Oh, yeah.
Really
the
nice.
saltwater
So we're big
taffy
fans now.
and all that, because they're beautiful Jersey Shore. Well, you know, you can explore the outdoors, and really, the Appalachian Trail, which is, of course, the most famous hiking trail in the world, is over 3,500 kilometres long, but there's 116 kilometres of it actually runs through northwestern New Jersey. You've got the Delaware Gap, which is fabulous for activities. Cape May down at the south is stunningly beautiful. Beautiful really Victorian bed and breakfasts that you can stay in and sit out on the veranda at night. And wineries, of course. And they've got a little zoo as well with some giraffes. But the Wildwoods is probably the boardwalk that you'd kind of visit down there in the south of New Jersey, which is fantastic. One of the huge
the Jersey Shore is nice as well, isn't it?
Despite what we might think from the TV show, you know?
A bit different.
There's so many beautiful lighthouses. There's so much to see and do along the way. And what people don't really know is about the history. The history, you know, Princeton University there and the Trenton Old Barracks Museum, where people will tell the story of the American Revolution. It was, you know, and Monmouth is another spot you'd go to. Right beside, you know, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that whole triangle with New Jersey, that was where really America was established.
How long would you need then? Because that sounds like so many different options for kind of all ages in the family.
Well, you could actually, I think a fly drive would be perfect. I don't know about you, but I think it'd be a fantastic way to do it, you know?
OK, on to La Rochelle.
Well, I'm just back from a lovely cheeky weekend in La Rochelle, I have to say. It's fantastic. Great connections from Cork now starting this summer. There are flights from Dublin already.
This looks beautiful.
It is a medieval, beautiful town with, you know, your typical French market, and you can go down there and get your... It's open every day, but on a Saturday especially, it's buzzing, hive of activity. They specialise in oysters, lots of lovely seafood. Of course, I dined out all the time on their famous mussels in this curry cream sauce. It's a speciality of La Rochelle. But the architecture, the old town hall has to be seen, and the towers can be visited for €9. You can go into all 3 towers. There's great views from the Grand Rue, it's called, the big wheel, and it's only a £5 to go on that. Loads to do.
I'm kind of jealous now.
I love that it's so close as well.
It's
like
so
hop,
close.
skip and a jump and you're there.
So handy, and you know, like the fares weren't that much, and you can actually go to your local travel agent. I always say protect yourself. Go to and tell them what flights you want to go. And they'll make up a package for you if you want the security.
And Michelle, as much as we all love Dublin Airport, it is fantastic to go from other places like Cork Airport with this one as well.
It is. Yeah. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. They have an amazing maritime museum where you get to see the whole history of La Rochelle and the fishing history. history. They have a huge aquarium, and we had a fantastic night out on a catamaran. We got to see the sunset, and it was the best fun. I went with my neighbours actually, Anne-Marie and Luke, and we just had the best fun. Got to go with the wheel. I got to go with the wheel. Beside myself. I was indeed. No, it's such a pretty little French town that, you know, it's not kind of widely known, but it is. It's really well worth visiting.
I was there a long time ago, so I don't really remember. You know, when you go on the old camping holidays as a child,
well,
you see, kind of end up down there.
It's a great gateway for those camping sites. You know, usually people go to Bordeaux or they go to Biarritz or that, or they drive the car. Yeah. But this is a very handy new connection. It's a tiny little airport. You'll be in and out in 5 minutes.
You're not wasting no time there. You're straight out to have the oysters. Now, where are we going to next, Michelle?
Well, Newcastle has a new route just started from Shannon, which I think is fantastic. You can fly with Aer Lingus and Ryanair from Dublin year-round, but this is from Shannon. This is a great thing for the summer. For a lovely weekend. I think it's a beautiful city. It's very cheap when you're there. And you've got the famous, of course, the Time Out Bridge that everybody knows about, but there's a great art scene as well. There's an old flour mill. The Baltic Museum is being converted. And I stayed in Gino de Campos when I was last there. And it's just... I love that, this city.
Because when people hear Newcastle, they often think, oh, hang on a sec, there will be lots of stags and hens there. No, they go there as well, they have a good time.
Absolutely, but it's not just that. There is lots of fine dining. It's a really easy to walk around city, you know. And what people don't know about is just outside the city, it's about a 25-minute drive after you've seen the Angel of the North, which everyone has to see, that famous statue by Anthony Gormley. Beamish Museum is a remarkable place. This is like Bunratty Folk Park on speed, nearly.
Like the Porter here in Cork, no?
This is incredible.
It's not like the Stout, no?
No, it's totally different.
When you mentioned Beamish here in Cork, you have to clarify.
You have to be very clear.
Very specific. This is Beamish Museum, and it's a living museum on 350 acres, and it covers historically, you know, down to 1920s when they made Downton Abbey, and they've actually filmed some of it there. It's £22 to visit for an adult. There's children's tickets. It's a fantastic place to go to in Newcastle, just to put it out there.
Well, we have to get things for the kids as well.
Yes, but this is it.
It's important.
So the fact that it kind of does everything.
It does. Well, it's living history. You know, there's an old pit village, so you can kind of walk and you see people dressed up in the gear, and there's an old schoolroom, and the way children would have written with chalk on blackboards,
and the tram. I think the minute I saw the tram, I was like, the kids are sold. You know, it's all good.
Michelle, thank you very much.